So we're going to do a Porter's value chain for my fictitious business that I hope that I can get started, called Maker's Mart. So here's just the Porter's value chain diagram drawn out for you. What I have determined to be primary activities are inbound and outbound logistics, operations, marketing and sales, and customer service. Then what I've determined to be my support activities are the firm infrastructure, human resource management, product research department, and community involvement. So now we're just going to take a look at the primary activities. So for inbound logistics, we've got receiving inventory. Maker's Mart will not be making its own products, at least not at first. So receiving inventory from distributors will be key. We need to own our warehouses, or at least have warehouses in the spaces that we rent. And we need to retain shipping and receiving employees. For outbound logistics, I have stocking, warehouse, and shelves. We just need to make sure that we're keeping the warehouse fully stocked and the shelves fully stocked, and we've got product to put back out on the shelves whenever it empties. So having the room to stash the inventory, we can help ensure that we don't run out. So we want to keep that stock room full. Moving product from the warehouse stock room to the sales floor will be the means of getting our products to the customers. So it's very important that we have people there to make that transition from stock room or warehouse to the sales floor. And the cashiers will take care of the transaction process. For operations, we've got maintaining product supply and maintaining customer support. So Maker's Mart will have employees dedicated to making sure the shelves stay full daily. And the Maker's Mart will also hire folks who have creative experience and or can be trained easily in order to assist customers who visit the store. It's not always about what you know, but how eager you are to learn. Marketing and sales, gonna reach out to our target audience we're gonna try to get out there by word of mouth. And we're going to offer incentives for shopping with Maker's Mart. We're going to focus online, television, and radio advertising dollars on our target market, which is basically people in the DIY culture who are between the ages of 21 and 90. Everyone's interested in this whole makers movement or DIY culture to some degree. Bring in customers who will see the value in the store and spread the word. People who work on projects regularly may send in their friends who also work on projects regularly. If there's any television or movie companies coming through, they may need some stuff to where they can put something together real quick because they have a need for the TV show or the movie that they didn't have, and Maker's Mart would be a great place to get those supplies that they need. Offer weekly discounts to cover each of the departments. What that means is, our competitors are going to be offering, they're going to have their weekly advertisements with their discounts in there. We're going to need to make sure that we can cover every department in the store in a month. So each week we need to divide it out so that we're covering every department in the store at least 1 week per month. And we need to build a social media following for organic growth. If we get people following a YouTube channel or a Facebook page or an Instagram account, then the word of the store can spread a whole lot faster than if people just talking about it to their friends and family. So customer service, no idle time, and product niche knowledge. How we're going to settle the no idle time is we're going to cross-train employees. This way, no one's standing around wasting time. The company's not wasting money on employees who are just there to stand and get paid for it. And we're not going to have any checkout kiosks. The employees are going to, at least the people who are out on the sales floor and working customer service, all will carry around iPads and card readers so that they can help customers, and then whenever they're ready to check out, they can just scan right there and then head out afterwards. That way, the people who are working always have a job to do. Each employee completes training in every niche to better serve guests. All right, and now we'll talk a little bit about support activities. So as far as the firm infrastructure, I have store layout and no checkout kiosks. For the store layout, we really want to divide it into 3 major aisles and then some cross aisles. But each major aisle, one on the left side of the store, one in the middle, and one on the right side of the store, will take everybody to the appropriate and related niche areas. And then each item needs to be placed in its appropriate section. So even though adhesives should all go in the same area, or you would think adhesives would go in the same area, there's a very different reason to be using electrical tape rather than duct tape, or Elmer's glue versus hot glue. And so those need to be placed in the appropriate sections. And only one kiosk available for cash paying guests. Do want to have at least one area. I'm going to combine it and use it as a customer service desk. But people still do pay with cash sometimes. And in which case we'll just have the customer service desk and then a cash register on the side with a little bit of cash in it, so that people who do have cash on them can still check out and pay for their items. Human resource management. We're going to eliminate wasteful items and pay higher salaries. Employee appreciation leads to employee retention. We're going to create career positions, contract workers for peak times, and hire potential over experience. So what each one of these means, as far as eliminating wasteful items, I like to follow the Aldi method. I put a quarter in the cart and make people responsible for returning their own carts so that I don't have to use labor to go out and pick up carts whenever they should be inside helping people. Eliminating bags inside the stores, except for ones that we sell. Things like that are going to lead to higher salaries. And higher salaries keep people working there. Those can also create career positions. Someone could make a career out of being on the floor because with eliminating all those wasteful items, I'm going to be able to distribute pay raises and performance raises and bonuses for those who perform well. And then promoting from within will be a big goal of mine. I don't want to bring out outside people unless I absolutely have to. Employee appreciation leads to employee retention, so there need to be some recognition programs, celebrations, maybe have a Christmas party or a bring in lunch every single month or something like that, something to make the workers feel appreciated. We're only going to bring in extra workers for peak times, so contract workers, and they'll just help ring people up. Whenever it gets super busy during the holidays or something like that, it's better to bring in people from contract agencies, because their contract expires. You don't have to keep them on the payroll. You just pay the contract company whatever the contract company needs for their workers. And you're not going to end up having to pay out benefits and things like that. And employee turnover is a tremendous expense, and so I would like to keep that to a minimum. Contract workers helps me keep that to a minimum. And hiring potential over experience. I've always been a big fan of potential over experience. I feel like experience can only get you so far. but potential can take you above and beyond. It depends on how interested you are in what it is that you want to do that I believe make someone successful, because everything is trainable. You don't have to have experience to be good at a certain position. I mean, think about doctors and lawyers. They all have to start from somewhere, right? So why would it be any different for any other position? Product research department. So we're going to have a team dedicated to finding best-selling items in each category. So how I want to do this is I want to hire just a small team, people with exposure to each niche to do product research. Find which products will be the top sellers in their niche, and once the research is complete, find out how to obtain the product. So these people will also be making the calls to figure out how to buy the product once they've figured out what it is that will sell well in the stores. Community involvement is a big one for me. Want to help out the community. We want to get involved in philanthropies. Want to get involved in sponsoring or participating in community activities. It's free advertising in the form of having fun with potential customers. Fun can lead to trust. Having that trust is super important inside the company. Find a cause and be proud to sponsor or donate. Trust can be found in those who believe in something and support it. Then here's just a recap of what we've already talked about. So here's the, just to refresh your memory on the Porter's value chain for Maker's Mart. If you want to pause it and take a look at it again, you can. We're going to look here at step 1, identifying our primary activities, which we have determined are inbound and outbound logistics, operations, marketing and sales, and customer service. Step 2 is the total cost and importance. While the business is not operating, I don't have total costs, but I do have the importance. So inbound's important, outbound is very important. Operations, very important. Marketing and sales is probably the most important. And then customer service is also very important. Step 3 is identifying cost drivers. So for inbound, it's going to be purchase volume and employee retention. Outbound is going to be shelf space and employee retention. Operations, POS system, training and employee retention. Marketing and sales is going to be the mode and the frequency of the advertising. And customer service is going to be employee retention and salaries. So step 4, identifying the links between the activities. Inbound and outbound logistics support one another by providing the inventory necessary to stock shelves with. Logistics affects operations because without product we can't sell anything or help customers. Operations supports customer service because streamlining the process and employee training will make customers trust our company. And then marketing supports everything because marketing helps to tell potential customers that we're the best in all of these activities. And then the last step, step 5, identifying the opportunities for reducing costs. Not having an expensive POS system will save a ton of money on operating costs and service. Using portable POS items such as iPads with a card reader attached can ensure fast and easy checkouts. Taking away checkout kiosks adds more space for product shelving. Using what I like to quote as the Aldi method can help as well, meaning no bags except for ones for sale by the store, and we're just going to make our money back on those, maybe a penny, who knows. And using carts with quarter locks to reduce unnecessary labor. Contract labor for peak times to reduce costs for health insurance and keeping people off payroll who work less. It will also help to prevent turnover and wasted time looking for new help. And cross-trained full-time career employees. All right, thank you very much for listening.